What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to Volume 4 of Donovan's Den. As you guys can see, I've changed some things up. Obviously added a few more bells and whistles, giving you guys some eye candy among other things. And I wanted my Donovan's Den subscribers to be the first to see it, so here you guys go. Last week, I talked about a few legal-ish substances, and by legal-ish, I meant substances that are not available over the counter. But last week, I talked about a few of those substances that absolutely can and will change your life. And I got a lot of good feedback from you guys. So I'm glad. I'm always glad when I'm able to share things with you guys that you may not have been aware of before. And the feedback you guys gave to me was definitely positive. So I certainly appreciate that. I'm glad to bring that to you. Well, today I'm going to talk about the things that you can do within the next 24 hours that will make you more attractive to girls before you even learn game. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that this isn't a substitute for red pill awareness, nor does it act as a crutch for a man who isn't at least halfway decent at talking girls or maybe getting numbers. And for those of you who are still a little bit deficient in that area, I would certainly refer you to Volume 1, where I talked about and I detailed my exact strategy, the strategy that I used to get past the severe approach anxiety that I experienced early on in my own red pill development. Anyway, there are quite a few changes that you can make overnight that can make a huge difference in the way that females perceive you. Again, you will have to learn how to handle them when they talk to you or when you talk to them, but these changes will get you in the door and get you more opportunities with women that you wouldn't otherwise have. So I'll start this out with a quick story. So one morning, shortly after I moved out to Vegas when I lived in a really small apartment complex, I got up and I went through my typical routine of getting ready for my workout. I stretch out, I down a bottle of water and a cup of black coffee, and I hit the road for my 5-minute trek to my complex's weight room. It was right in the middle of the complex I lived, probably right there on the outskirts. Anyway, the weight room attendant is the typical try-hard blue pill beta. The guy's got a clean-shaven face, shoulder-length hair pulled back in a greasy ponytail to show his bad-assness, and his ever-present protein shake made me chuckle every time I saw him. The guy was a fucking joke. Anyway, the first thing I noticed about this dude when I met him was his horrific breath. Now, morning breath is one thing, but this guy had a chronic case of halitosis, and it was of the worst variety. And it was a telltale sign that he hadn't brushed his teeth in a while, if ever. So anyway, he's got Limp Bizkit blaring over the sound system. Obviously, this was his choice. So I put in my earbuds to sort of drown out the noise and start warming up for my squats when a rock-solid 8, whom I'd never seen before, walks in to sign her name. So Billy Badass immediately springs into action and starts running terrible fucking game. I didn't hear the interaction because I had my earbuds in, but it was obvious just by her body language that she was not interested. He tried to talk to her, and this is a mistake that a lot of guys make in the gym. He tried to talk to her while she was on the elliptical machine, and after about 10 minutes, she finally got sick of it and just finally left. So a little while later, another guy walks in and gives the attendant some sort of, cheesy-ass secret handshake and starts a conversation. So they're obviously friends. Well, on my way out the door, I hear one of them ask, well, why are bitches so fucking rude? Probably talking about, Don Juan's crash and burn with the hottie a little bit earlier. I had seen this many times before in different circumstances since then, and the more I saw it, the clearer that it became that the vast majority of men these days, they neglect the very basics in terms of what it takes to resemble and act like a man, the very prerequisite in attracting the opposite sex. These are the men who are always asking shit like, well, what's wrong with women? Or why are girls so hard to approach? Or why are they so complicated? Well, obviously, the answers to those questions are vast, and solving the pussy puzzle, as it were, it takes time, and it takes a little bit of work. Even though it's fairly simple and straightforward, it does take time and work. But if a man doesn't master the basics, he's never going to be good with women. It's just not going to happen. Now, let me reiterate here, guys, that game is absolutely necessary to consistently fuck pretty girls with... It's to consistently fuck pretty girls without getting taken to the cleaners in some way, shape, or form. Now, granted, there are plenty of men out there who have zero game, who enjoy the company of beautiful girls. Rich men have harems, high-status men have romp rosters, and good-looking men have good-looking girls at their beck and call. This is just how it is. But the trick is to fuck them on the regular without allowing them to take their pound of flesh before, during, or after the fuckfest is over. That's the definition of game. But there are a few ways for men out there who are new to game to get a head start while he works on his game. And now, I'm not going to promise you guys that making these changes will instantly cause women to start throwing their panties at you and you'll be up to your eyeballs on pussy overnight. But you will certainly start to notice a few more glimpses from women. Now, most of these changes that I'm going to go over here may seem blatantly obvious at first. And the reason for this is because we've been told most of this stuff since we were kids. Granted, most of us exercise, I don't know, 2 or 3 of these routines every so often, but precious few men use all of them persistently, and this is where most men fall short. The fact of the matter is, guys, is that all of these changes can easily be made within 24 hours, but it's important to understand that most of these modifications are habits, okay? For these strategies to work, they must be executed faithfully and maintained regularly, which, again, it's a small price to pay to increase your attractiveness to women. To hear the rest of Volume 4, go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharp to subscribe to Donovan's Den today. Thanks for watching.